KM.
You are on KM, I'm on PNG. And we're going into a shatter game. Now, PNG side, this is, I believe, iChase's clan, and we have Midway, Montana, Conqueror, Des Moines, Minotaur, 2 Hindenburgs, and Erie, and 2 Gearings. KM side.
What scrub brought the Erie?
I don't know, but he spawned all the way on the 1 line. I mean,
all right.
Hacks.
That's right. KM side, we have Hakuryu, double Montana, double Des Moines, Hindenburg, Moskva, and a pair of Grozovoys. Now, this is interesting because on one team we have pure Grozovoy, and on the other team we have pure Gearing. So very much a split there. And, oh, KM brought a Minotaur. Sorry. PNG
brought a Minotaur, that's correct.
I love it. The only Minotaur that we saw last weekend was with that last game that we did that was a steamroll, and I can't remember who it was now. But I'm excited now. I love Minotaur as a tier 10 ship. I really feel like that there is a place for her in this meta, but you got to play her right.
Absolutely.
All right. Find the carrier here.
Okay, I'm off. Here we go.
Taking a quick look at early deployment, it looks like we have Montana and Grozovoy headed towards A. The remainder, double Des Moines, Des Moines, Moskva, Montana, and Grozovoy. The cruisers in the battleship are headed towards C, but one of the Grozovoys, it looks like he's charging right into B. I'm not sure the wisdom of this. We'll see.
Very bold move, especially with the Minotaur on the enemy team. I don't know that you want to jump into B this early.
And we'll have to see how this plays out, because that could be, for all we know, radar Minotaur. They might know. They've probably seen the Minotaur a couple games already, but we don't know.
Yeah, that would be called the Manotaur, right?
Man, that's what I call it. I call it Manotaur.
Or Mimitar, whatever you want to call it.
Mimitar is another common one. Yeah, definitely.
So our team is looking like they're doing an AC split, which is very interesting to see. It seems like there's a little bit of confusion at the start. My guess is that a few of the players had planned on being on one side of the map, but they got spawned in on the other side. So unfortunately, that means there's going to be a little extra time in between getting set up and going.
Definitely about to have a bit of clash here at A.
Yeah.
Between the fighter cover, the Grozovoy, Pira 13 is headed straight into the cap. Nope, turning away from the cap now. He knows there's a Des Moines back there, so it's super ballsy for him to charge this cap.
Yep.
Nope, he has turned away. He is not going in there just yet. He knows that DM's back there, ready and waiting with that radar.
Grozovoy just got spotted on B cap, popping his defensive fire, trying to get these torp bombers out of here. And
got some pretty good cover there.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get him out from that spot. That's an expert position right there.
Yeah, well done with the positioning there, Jane. That looks really good. I think, yep, his DF cleans out those torpedo bombers. Here comes some dive bombers, maybe. And DF still active.
Yep. I was going to say, the Midway player is doing a nice job of keeping them out at least of the main anti-air aura. And my guess is he's going to come back in and try to drop, but with that Des Moines nearby, yeah.
KM picking up B here very, very aggressively with some excellent Grozovoy play by Jami Mendoza.
Yes. And now we see C-Cap. Look at C-Cap. Here comes the bombers.
As Lemming 232 moves in to contest C and prevent Rectifier's Gearing from picking up a free cap. Rectifier getting dropped on now as he pops his DF.
And he's going to take a torp.
He's going to take a torp.
No, desync.
Squeezes right under the stern. He does take a little bit of bomb damage, but they drive him out of the cap circle, which resets his cap points, and now Lemming is picking things up.
It's interesting he's choosing the smoke here.
Well, and the Moskva has shots on him, right? So if one of those guys pops radar, they can definitely keep him out of that cap circle. I think Lemming's going to pick up that cap.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Back at A, we have Gearing versus Grozovoy here, as there's a staring match across the cap circle. The Gearing's torps headed out over here in F2, not really accomplishing much.
I think he was expecting to see the Montana or a cruiser try to go between the islands there. That's a common tactic you see in random battles, but in competitive, not so much.
Yep, indeed. Here we have, and so now we know the Des Moines is back there. We don't know the status of his radar. The Gearing shelling the Montana as the Montana pushes up aggressively to kind of support Pira 13's Grozovoy in the cap. DM is spotted there, got some great island cover, no shots on him, but the fighter dance over A is hilarious. Watching these guys just circle their fighters around at each other like a big staring contest.
Well, it's hard, right? Because you've got 4 fighters on the Hakuryu, and then you've got 2 fighters on the Midway. So if the Midway loses that fighter squadron, there goes half of his ability to lock down a cap or spot or anything.
Indeed, back at sea, Rectifier is back in the cap, denying the Grozavoy and Lemmings Des Moines the ability to cap. They've got about probably 80% of the way there before he managed to get back into the cap. He's spotted. They can see him, but not able to do anything about it as the Minotaur pushing into the edge of B now. Looks like he might try and bag a cap.
Might as well. I want to say I applaud this gearing player Rectifier coming back into C, not losing his cool, and just, coming back in when he had the ability to do so. It doesn't matter when you stop the cap, as long as you stop the cap, and he waited until, what, 5 seconds, 6 seconds to go? Something like that?
Yep, absolutely solid play there, gearing. Now we see the Minotaur smoking up on the edge of B, having taken a pretty good-sized hit there. More shells coming in. He is ducking out of that B cap, not wanting to camp.
No.
I'm not sure if he's radared or spotted or what, but he's definitely smoked Minotaur. We know for a fact now that he is not radar. Takes another big hit there, trying to escape.
My guess is that's the Des Moines radar at C that's keeping him spotted.
Yes, I see that now. He probably is in range of that Des Moines radar. He's certainly lit. They're gonna keep focusing him down, trying to get shots where they can. He's easily the lowest lowest health ship on the board for either team right now, as KM moves out to about a 100-point lead here, about 6 minutes into the game.
And this Montana's got a broadside shot on the Minotaur. Will he take it?
Guns are turning.
Minotaur being spotted now by planes.
He took the shot.
Here it comes. Oh, almost. Almost.
No, he hit him. I heard the shells land. We didn't see him, though. We lost spotting on him.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, almost killed him.
I believe it.
He's at 3.6k right now, until he gets that new ship button.
Flank. Kriegsmarine's Aegir now coming under a torpedo assault from the enemy Midway here over on the 9 line. Friendly fighters not able to help him out, tied up by Midway fighters. Going down here, looks like Aegir's going to get cross-dropped. It'll probably won't be enough to kill him, depending on how good of a job the torpedoes do, but it will definitely hurt.
No, yeah,
and he's some Conqueror shells coming in here.
He's not running defensive fire.
Now that is a surprise. He's going to take 2 torps there, and here come the rest.
Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. He's gone.
Classic Anvil technique. This Moskva is going to be out of the game, kids. No, he lives.
What?
Barely. Lives on 6,000 HP. He'll probably pop a heal, but he's going to be rotating out for a while.
That's unfortunate.
Ooh, Jay Mendoza's aggressiveness being punished here. Look where he is.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
The 8 line.
That's a big mistake.
That gearing is going to have shots on him, and those planes are going to spot him here momentarily. Here come the planes to keep him lit. I'm not sure why he's being so aggressive, but it's likely to cost him his ship here.
I do want to comment real quick on my side. I do like how PNG is focusing fire, and they're using F3 to say, hey, shoot him.
Gami takes a big hit. He will be the first kill of the game. PNG bagging a kill here about 8 minutes in.
Yep.
Finally offing one of Kriegsmarine's destroyers as they have capped A.
I was just going to mention that, and that's the interesting thing here is we're watching what's going on here at C, which is kind of turning into a camp fest, but A is also kind of turning into a camp fest.
Well, some good shells now coming in on QJW here, driving his gearing out of the cap circle. Pira 13 has continued to kind of camp the bottom end of that cap, but has not managed to bag it and pick it up for his team just yet. That gearing continuing to run under a lot of fire from Montana, Montana, Des Moines, and Hindenburg.
Yeah, he's going
300
down.
health and falling. It looks like if they can keep him lit, he will be out shortly. Sooner or later, enough shells will connect, I suspect.
He just DCP'd.
There he goes. So KM's 50-point lead now becomes a 140-point lead on the strength of their first kill.
More importantly, A is wide open now, and they know it.
Yep, the Grozavoy now, I won't say he's free to cap because the Des Moines is still over there with his radar, and that could end badly if he's not careful, but certainly no destroyer now to defend as the staring match in C between Rectifier and Lemming continues, entering at about its 7th minute now.
And Waifu's ship takes a big hit from the Montana. As the Montana's pushing up here, Captain Kelvin got a good shot in. He's trying to go for the flank, but looks like he feels he overextended. The Conqueror's coming in from the side there, doing his Conqueror thing.
You know what, guys? I didn't do a raffle this game, and I apologize, but honestly, it works out. I've only got 3 more codes to give away, and we've got some more games to cast. So, sorry, just deal with it, and I'll do it next game.
I'll still go ahead and offer up the differential one, and what I'll do is I'll hop into the chat after this game is over and just tell people they've got 1 minute to guess the differences in ships.
Well, looks like we're going to have a bit of a cap change here. Looks like KM is going to pick up A, as PNG is going to pick up B, unless KM gets some eyes on whoever it is that's capping B. We know that Des Moines was in that vicinity. Yep, he's pushed into B now.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad spot, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. He should be closer to the island.
He's got shells coming in already from a Montana.
Yeah. And goodbye.
Oh, goodness.
Full health kill.
Goodbye. All one shot. What a great shot by Thels. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this guy's name, but the Kriegsmarine Montana wipes him off the board in 1 salvo.
Yep. And a follow-up salvo coming in just to make sure he's dead.
Just to make double extra sure he's out. Well, that definitely opens up A now with the Des Moines radar on that side of the map gone. Pyrrha totally free to cap A, which will give Kriegsmarine the back of 2 caps. And what are they up to, 2 ships now?
Yeah, this is not looking good for PNG. They have to do something on Seaside if they're going to make anything work. But they seem kind of bogged down.
Still, they're definitely bogged down now. It looks like they're pushing a Hindenburg through that gap to try and push Lemming out. He's got a Conqueror in front of him and a Hindenburg behind him.
I don't think he's willing to make the move.
Doesn't look like it, but we know the gearing. If you see the last spotted location of the gearing was way over by B, so the gearing isn't there to torpedo him. The Hindenburg is probably the bigger threat.
Absolutely. And so if I'm the Montana, I've got my guns pointed right at him, ready for when he pops out.
Exactly what he's doing. This KM Montana is just ready and waiting for that Hindenburg to show himself.
And speaking of Montanas, check out the Montana that's pushing into B cap, trying to make something happen.
See this.
Fade takes out the gearing.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Rectifier going down here as KM opens the lead to over 400 points. Chief Sheep driving his Montana right into B, but getting a little bit of a torpedo drop and definitely coming under some focus fire from the Kriegsmarine team at A.
Yeah, his Dead Hulk might very well sail or drop right on the Des Moines Dead Hulk.
Staring contest at C continues, no change there. Most of the action right now seems to be at B.
At this point,
Chief Sheep flooding and repairing simultaneously.
At this point, I think that the side on B cap is saying we have to do something. The side on C cap is saying we have to do something. But the B cap guys are the only ones willing to do anything. And they're getting punished hard for it.
Chief Sheep now stared toe-to-toe with this KM Montana. The question becomes, will he live long enough to accomplish something meaningful before he dies, which is only a matter of time at this stage. He turns to unmask his stern guns, maybe for one last salvo. Will he get it off? He's running out of time. Nope.
Meanwhile, the Des Moines on C, Lemming went down by the Conqueror, so C is finally open.
Yeah, there we go. FTHP finally getting that Lemming's Des Moines out of the way. He blocked that cap well over half the game. They'll probably take this Montana with him, but I think it's going to come too little too late for PNG. I think KM has definitely got the upper hand here as they build their lead to almost 500 points.
Yeah, exactly. I would agree with that. And here comes the Montana shells. Alright, so we're going to see... No, Hindenburg's opening... Wow.
Yep. Hindenburg takes down the Montana here, getting back PNG some badly needed points, closing the gap to only 400, but Waifu definitely under some pressure there as he tries to get a little bit of cover and rotate north in C to see if he can bag the cap.
Absolutely.
Wow. Sarek with some big torps there, taking out one of the KM battleships as he aggressively pushes B. Now toe-to-toe with the Des Moines, probably saving his port torpedoes to see if he can squeak in there and get them done.
Yeah, at this point, he's trying to save his star.
I don't think the other Hindenburg's going to let him do it, though, as he's aggressive. Yep, pushing AP right into his broadside. He doesn't have a choice. He's pinned down. Zarek will be out. KM bagging 2 quick kills here.
Seal the deal.
That should probably seal the deal here. They're just running out of ships at this stage of the game.
And we see the Midway. I don't know why he turned away, but he was going in a position to try to cap C.
Yep. FTHP's Conqueror, the sole surviving battleship of the match, but way over on the 8 line, not really able to influence either cap circle. All KM has to do at this point is pull back and basically dare PNG to do something.
So at this point, since the match is all but over, what are the mistakes that you noticed?
Man, this is a tough map to play right. Playing Shatter in a competitive environment is very, very challenging. I think both teams played excellently early. I mean, we didn't focus much on the action at A, but, obviously PNG pushed very well over there, got the upper hand, drove Pyrrha out of the cap, picked up A. I think maybe they spent too much on C. I think the gearing versus the Des Moines at C, and then the Grozovoy pushing up aggressively. Yes, they punished the Grozovoy, but I don't know. I think maybe they just spent too much time focused on C early on from the PNG side of the fence. That's all I can think of, really. They probably should have just thrown in the towel and tried for B, maybe.
I would agree with that. You have to, when you play this competitively, it's one thing that's always hard is if you don't want to get kind of stuck and mired in an area of the map, and if that happens, you have to be willing, like Raptor said, to just pick up and move someplace else. Maybe you can make something happen. I would have loved to have seen that Minotaur rotate over to A, and maybe another ship as well, like a Des Moines or something, and just really overpower that other flank.
To me, it's notable and a testament to Carulian's skill with the ship that he's still alive. We're 16 minutes into this game, into a Tier 10 competitive match game, and the Minotaur is still alive.
Absolutely. Although you might have just jinxed it.
Well, look, when you're outnumbered this badly, sooner or later you're going to bite it, right? But he's played very well, right? He's put his ship in great positions. He's done everything he can possible, and has played a great game. They've all played. This has been a really good game. Like, some of these things, you know this as well as I do. Sometimes it's just about timing the kill.
Yes.
It's interesting to see the PNG Midway up here now trying to cap C. The Moskva's got shots on him, but nobody else really does. And actually, the Moskva can't even get his shells over the island. The PNG carrier is about to cap.
Yep, and the Des Moines is going down.
Couple shells coming in. Oh, he got him to reset. Oh, it looked really good there for a minute because the Moskva was struggling to get his shells over the island cover.
And I would agree. Both teams did a wonderful job in this particular battle. You could tell that both of them were coordinated. They were clearly communicating with each other, and more importantly, they were helping each other out. We didn't see a ship that just got separated and killed without any sort of repercussions.
Now we talk like the game is over, but the reality is that it's still possible for PNG to salvage some of this right now. With that Conqueror still alive. If he's able to beat up that Hindenburg enough, the Grozovoy can't get spotted. He's on very, very low health. In fact, he's actually trying to shell the Moskva. Gets a really good salvo into Ager's Moskva down there. Ager turns out of it, but still lives. Torpedoes now coming in on FTHP here as he pushes into the B cap. PNG's not out of this yet. They're continuing to extend the game, continuing to fight, playing very aggressively, knowing that a ship kill here or there, and they could be back in this. But it's tough, man. They've only got 2 minutes. They literally have to kill everybody in 2 minutes. I think that's going to be the challenge.
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. They're definitely not giving up. Carulian's Minotaur still alive here.
Oh, yeah.
Continuing to shell High Charity over there in his Hindenburg.
I love his positioning too, right? He's able to duck into the mountain when he needs to, like just now, and then he's just going to back up and start shooting again.
Yep. FTHP's Conqueror continuing to duel High Charity's Hindenburg here as we go down to about 90 seconds left in the game. KM with a commanding lead here, but PNG refusing to go down quietly, and kudos to them.
Absolutely. It's a great testament to their team, to their sportsmanship. This is what I like to see. You don't necessarily just give up.
I think they're going to bag the Midway here to seal the deal. No, they've lost eyes on him now. Some shells still coming in. They might yet bag him.
3,100.
2,600. They've got him. They've spotted him again. 1600 HP.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Conqueror not spotted. He will cap B if they don't get this midway off the board.
Wow, that was 5 0 damage penetrations.
14 health now, but here come the shells. Oh, 0 damage. It's on the midway's deck.
Penetrations don't have to hurt.
Will it be enough? And there it goes. The Mosfa finally bagging the midway. Good game to both players. Both teams, I should say. Kriegsmarine moving on. Minotaur doing some work there in the air with 39 plane kills. Check that out. What a great game. All right, goodness. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. I enjoyed casting that. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's have a quick look at the bracket, and we'll be able to see how things are shaping up. All right, so we've already seen the results. We know PSV moved on. We know NATO moved on. APOC going 2-1 over Mutiny. They will move on to face MIAC Group in round 2. QP2 going 2-0 against MIAA. They will move up to face Cuter. Fifth Dimension bagging a 2-0 win over Arpeggio of Blue Steel. They will move up to face Quality Potatoes. That will be our next game here in about 30 minutes or so. We saw Blue Mermaids defeat ARA earlier. They've moved up to face ZR. Mo Union Alliance going 2-0 over Beiyang Fleet. They will move up to face Team SF's Kraken Jackers. And of course, here we have KM defeating Penguin Alliance. They have moved up to take on 07 Devastating Strike in round 2.
That's correct.
I'm pretty stoked, man. I wish we could cast all of these matches, right? I wish we could do them all. But, there's limits to everything.
Right. Just putting up the updated bracket right now. We know that KM is gonna move on. Okay, so we've got it all up there on my screen as well. So we got a couple moments. What do you think prediction wise?
You know, it occurs to me, and I just noticed this. It's a quirk of OBS. When I click the interact button on my browser screen, you don't hear me speak. So all this time that no one's been hearing me on my stream, so I've got to work on that. So if you give me a second, Zath, I'm going to back up and redo that because no one heard me.
Go ahead.
All right, so we saw earlier, we knew PSV was moving on to face STW. NATO, of course, moved on now 2-0. They will be facing OPG. APOC takes a 2-1 victory over Mutiny. They'll be moving up to face MIAC. QP2 defeated swept MIAA. They're moving up to face Cuter. 2-0 over Arpeggio Blue Steel. They're moving up to take on Quality Potatoes. That's our next game to cast in about 30 minutes or so. Blue Mermaids, of course, we saw them earlier go 2-0 against ARA. They'll be taking on ZR. Mo Union Alliance, 2-0 over Beiyang Fleet. They've moved up to take on Team SF's Kraken Jackers. And of course, we just saw Kriegsmarine defeat Penguin Alliance. They will moving on to take 07 Devastating Strike here in round 2. And I said 30 minutes, Zath. Actually, our game is at 5:20 Eastern, so we've got 50 minutes to kill.
That is correct.
Yeah. All right. Well, so what do you want to do? You want to show them some Aigle or Gascon or something? We got a little bit of time to kill. We can pop open couple of the test ships. Did you ask Pigeon about T61?
I have, and I have not heard a response, unfortunately.
He may not be around.
Just to refresh my memory, who were you gonna stream? Were you doing QP or 5D?
I believe I have mine set for QP.
All right, perfect.
It looks like Quad PM'd me graphics. Do you need them, or do you send them to you too?
It's okay. I just wrote them in. I'll be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna get these downloaded and plug them in.
Ship differential last game was 2. So it looks to me like on the stream here we have Matthews Snaky with a guess of 4. He wins the next set of codes.